Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da.
Welcome
All
back
right,
to
well,
the Contessa NBA podcast on TNT.
welcome back to the NBA
on
podcast.
TNT.
No, this is Patrick. What?
No.
Let's
no,
get
we're not-
going.
Oh my god.
What?
just revisiting an old episode.
This is
Anyways.
the Contested NBA podcast on your favorite streaming services. I'm your co-host, Alex Toma. We have our other co-host, Ethan Cope,
What up?
Max
What up?
Pepper. We about to get in some
Hello.
conference finals talk, baby. So, which conference are we talking about first?
We can go east because they've already played a game.
Sure.
I guess there's no news since we already covered kind of everything that's been going on. I guess
Yeah.
we forgot to cover the draft is November 18th, but neither of our teams are going to be.
We all don't have lottery. Oh, the Celtics have a lottery pick
Oh, okay.
because they unloaded all their whole team at the beginning of the decade, and now it's all paying off.
Yeah.
They have a lottery pick from who?
I think the Grizzlies.
You're right.
Oh, that's right, because the Grizzlies didn't make the playoffs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something. I think also if the Grizzlies end up with like a top 5 pick, then I feel like it's like a protected top 5 pick. So if the Grizzlies end up getting a top 5 pick for whatever reason, then they'll keep it. But anything lower than that, I'm pretty sure the Celtics get. Which, I mean, shoot, if the Grizzlies end up with the 6th pick, I'll take that for the Celtics. That'd be insane.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
To get the
retarded.
6th overall pick after making the final. That's
That'd
the
be
problem I
crazy.
have with the lottery, though. I just
Making the finals, huh? So that's where you're going with this.
after making the conference finals.
Oh,
Just said
okay.
that. Yeah.
No, you said finals.
Oh, I meant conference finals.
Max,
That's
Ethan
where
and I
they're
are
at.
humble fans. We're not like y'all Laker fans. God.
What?
Stop trying to paint this narrative. Jesus Christ.
No, Max is the only humble Laker fan I know.
David's been the
Grant.
only humble one in the group chat. That's all I got.
Yeah, but David's not always humble.
It's okay. He was humble this time, and that's what matters.
I'll never get over the video when we had the watch party at David's house, and he was just in front of the screen at the end of the game. Fuck wrong with him, bro. Fuck wrong with him.
For all of you listening to this with headphones on, I'm so sorry. Anyways,
All right,
let's get
talk
into
some
it.
basketball now.
Yeah, enough with the draft. Either way, our teams aren't going to be – we're not worried about the draft right now. Well, I mean, Clippers don't really have a choice. But anyways,
People talk about like we don't have a draft pick until 2027.
first round.
Yeah, we do.
When?
We have a first-round pick 2021, 2023, and 2025.
I thought those were – wait, what? No, I thought you guys traded those.
No, they're pick swaps. When we have first-round picks, they're pick
Oh, okay.
swaps. God, people, educate yourselves, please. Holy shit.
All right. Sorry, I'm not a GM. I don't know the ins and outs. Anyways, let's get to
Keep talking
Heat and
shit. Ballmer's
Celtics.
going to buy a fucking first-round pick.
pretty much. He's got
Which
the
he
money
could,
for sure.
But anyways.
But so today is September 16th, 2020, which means that yesterday the Miami Heat went up 1-0 against the Boston Celtics, Ethan's squad. Honestly, a really good game, especially towards the end. It went into OT, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
Okay, good. Then I wasn't just tripping. But it for sure went down to the wire, of course. Just great performances from individual players on both sides. One guy I really love watching more and more is Tyler Hero, and he looks more like he's not just a shooter. But we already gave Tyler Hero some love. I think a lot of the actions from Miami last night, a lot of it came from their starters, maybe a little bit more than their bench. Not saying their bench underperformed, but I think that was definitely the Goran show, the Jimmy show, Tyler show.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson didn't have a very good game. He got into
No.
foul trouble very early.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson was not a factor yesterday.
Yeah. And then on the Celtics side, Marcus Smart. Tatum was really good.
Start with Tatum, please.
mean-
Yeah, okay.
30, 14,
I mean,
and 5 speaks for itself.
God.
But he needs to be he needs to be better
More
at
of a
closing out
dog.
games. I'm not doing this for a second podcast.
I think he needs to be more of a dog.
Okay.
Like, he's crafty. He's crafty. I'll give it to him. He's
Okay,
very
he
good.
needs- Good. He needs to be more of a dog. There. Okay, there you go, Max.
This man, Alex, is just not having it with, like, just everything.
God damn.
Anyways, my point is
All right, yeah, go
Celtics.
on.
Celtics. I mean, I'm not worried about the overall outcome of the series just because I think the Celtics have already outperformed their expectations for the year along with everyone else's expectations. And I've been trying to downplay the year that they've had this whole time. And no one's really believed me until like the second round of the playoffs.
Hey, man, I've been saying Celtics conference finals all year.
Well, I'm just saying, for the majority of our group chat, counted the Celtics out, basically.
For obvious reasons.
Raps in 6.
Yeah.
By the way, I wasn't the one that said that for the fans listening at home.
Yeah.
But
my point is that
we
the
had some
Celtics,
people screaming that.
at the beginning of the year, everyone thought, the Celtics would probably be like a second-round exit at best, probably losing to the Bucks again. But they didn't, and now they're in the conference finals, and they're down 0-1, and I don't think they played a bad game yesterday at all in that sense, but they just didn't close out the game, and they were up by 12 heading into the fourth quarter, and that's been a problem for them all year, has been closing out games. They just have struggled with it. I think they're a good team when it comes to closing out, but there have been times where they've definitely struggled, and I think that just comes from youth and playoff inexperience. But if they can get that figured out, I think they can take the series. But they're also going to have to slow down. Like, Goran Dragic cannot be scoring 25 points a game.
It's crazy, though. That's what he's been doing in the bubble, though, man.
Yeah, no,
That ain't
it's
like new.
nothing new at this point.
I know.
That's the thing about the Celtics. I don't think either the Celtics or the Heat had an amazing game overall.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that.
I don't think
but,
so either.
Solid.
It basically came down to what Ethan was saying. I mean, Jimmy Butler closed the game for Miami, and Tatum didn't close for the Celtics. Bam had the greatest block in the bubble. I'm not going to go NBA history, but I don't know. God.
I think he had the clutchest block that I've seen.
Except, yeah, actually, yeah, sure.
LeBron's.
I mean, for sure. I mean, it was.
Yeah, that's true.
LeBron's
was at the buzzer, right?
Huh?
It was at the buzzer.
No, it was like a few seconds before, but it was with like 3 seconds left.
Tatum was getting ready.
Oh, that's right. And then they got the rebound.
Tatum was getting ready to dog him.
Like when you see this, when you see the slow mo, like before Bam gets to it, he's about to like fucking just put that in, and then Bam is just like, no.
I'm also not that type of fan, so
he got out-dogged, right?
No.
What?
All right, I'll see.
That doesn't even make sense.
How are you?
God
damn.
Not that I'm not that psychotic type of fan that wants the other team to get injured, but like
worry about Anthony.
I don't know how Bam didn't snap his wrist.
Oh
on that block.
I'll give that to Anthony. I'll give that to you. Anthony Davis is not nearly. If he was a dog, he would be so much better.
No. Okay.
What?
Continue. I said we're not talking about Anthony Davis. That's why I stopped myself. Continue, Ethan.
Right.
I was just saying, I don't know how Bam didn't snap his wrist on that shit. Incredible block. I can't even be mad on it. I can't be mad at it. It's just a great block. Tatum tried to.
Yeah.
I like the attempt. I like the attempt. I mean, he almost had him. Like, he got up and over him. It's just Bam was able to get a hand on it.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
I think game one is kind of like I think game one is kind of
like a feel-out game.
Setting
you know
point.
What I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like it's a good setting point because I kind of feel like how this series is going to be. I think there are two teams who are both extremely talented, and I think they match up pretty well at all positions, honestly, except for maybe Tyson and Bam comparison. But
that's why Robert Williams was getting majority of minutes throughout
Kemba,
the first 3 quarters.
Kemba needs
to play
going up against Dragic.
better.
He does, but then you have Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart kind of, chasing around Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, and then you have the two best
Tatum and
players on
Butler.
each team, Jimmy Butler and Tatum, going at
I
it. So
really,
I think it's
I
gonna
really
go.
liked in Game 1 seeing Butler and Tatum go at it. I thought that was awesome. I didn't want it any other way, honestly.
I think there was one
Yeah.
bucket I think we're counting out. I forgot when it was. I don't know why this happened yesterday, but I have such a foggy memory of it. But it's like Tyler Hero just gets the ball, takes two quick dribbles, and he's like surrounded by guys and just throws up a three, and it just
Was
in.
that the one he traveled on though?
No,
Was
that
that the one he
wasn't it.
traveled?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
It wasn't.
okay.
It wasn't.
Okay,
No,
good.
he didn't
'Cause I don't-
travel on a shot. He traveled on like a pass. He went up with it,
Oh,
but he
okay.
jumped a little bit, and they just completely
Yeah.
missed it. Looking at the guy with the ball.
Yeah, I think I even called that out in the group chat. But
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
let's talk about what we should expect for the rest of the series, which is very uncertain because like the Celtics and the Raptors, I think this series is, to me, it's also a pick 'em. I can see either one.
Yeah,
Either one
I got
I
Heat.
think
wins.
this is a 7-game series. Unbiased, I think Heat in 7, but I really do think the Celtics can win, and I would not be surprised. I don't think people should be surprised if the Celtics won this series.
If I
Heat
had
and
to
seven's
choose
my
just
pick
one,
also, but yeah.
if I had to choose just one, I'm not going to choose games because I'm so bad at that. But I might give Celtics a little bit of an edge. Don't flatter yourself, Ethan. I might give them a little bit of an
We're
edge.
not like you, Max. We're not like you. You could compliment our teams, and we won't go crazy. Don't worry.
All right. I do give Celtics a little bit of an edge because I think they do have more star power. And, I mean, he got lucky that Kemba – well, I wouldn't say lucky, but Kemba just really had a bad game. He just completely fell apart on all ends
He's
of the
been
floor.
struggling a bit.
And
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to be like that every game, but if
it
Kemba
won't
can be that,
It's Kemba Walker.
right? If Kemba can put up another 20 points like he's been doing the entire season, that's going to help the Celtics a lot, and that might just be the difference maker if they can find that offensive rhythm with him and with other players too. But he's obviously one of their main offensive players.
Also, Gordon Hayward is doubtful for Game 2, but it's an upgrade on the injury report. So even if the Heat go up 0-2, look out for Gordon Hayward coming back Game 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
right, and that's another thing.
That might be tough though. Like if he does come back from injury, it might kind of throw off the Celtics rhythm a little bit.
Maybe. I think they just go back to what they were doing before. I don't think they should overcomplicate things. I mean, if you want to start Gordon Hayward at 6-man because of how Marcus Smart is performing, then I'd say go with that because Gordon Hayward has been good off the bench when Gordon Hayward comes off the bench, he's been good. I think having him as that 6-man. What you would have to do
then, you'd have to cut Grant Williams minutes, Brad Wanamaker.
Fine.
Which, I mean, you're comfortable with because Gordon Hayward can kind of do everything on the floor.
Yeah.
And you're very comfortable with him being on the floor. I mean, he could score, he can pass.
Gordon Hayward's just that all around. He's a plus if we come back. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah. Is he the X factor? I don't think so, but he's definitely going to be that. Yeah, he's definitely going to be that solid 15 points per game. He's definitely going to be another shooter to add to scramble the Heat's defense. So it can only be a plus. On the side of the Heat, the only problem is they match up very well to pretty much anyone. Maybe not bigger teams like the Nuggets or the Lakers, because the Nuggets and Lakers are very tall, but they wouldn't struggle, but they would.
Bam.
They just don't match up as well.
Bam. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree, but it should be an interesting series to watch. I wouldn't be too surprised if a team won in 6, but I'm kind of expecting it to go to 7. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think there's not gonna be any blowouts. I think it's just gonna be close games all throughout. It's gonna be a very competitive series.
The difference, I think, with this series, so the last series was the Raptors and the Celtics. That was a series that was won by with just pure basketball IQ. from the coaches. I think this series will be just like who wants it more, like who's got the greater sense of urgency, because the Heat will really test that part of you.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's more execution than urgency because, I mean, at this point, I feel like both the Celtics and Heat are coming out with a sense of urgency every night. And unless it's like painfully obvious that one team wants it more, I don't really think it's like, oh, that team definitely wanted it more because they won. I feel like whoever just executes better at the end of the day is going to win. I think both of them will come out with the correct mindset to go out and win.
Right. I think if anything, it's going to be like a little bit, and no pun intended, it's going to be a little bit more of a dogfight. It's going to be scrappier towards the end of games than no, I don't even mean it like that. I'm just saying. Like, I mean this completely irrelevant to what I was saying about Jason Tatum earlier. It's going to be a little bit scrappier at the end of games. It's going to be a little bit sloppier. It's who's going to be the toughest dude on the floor, who dives for the ball. It's going to be a lot of plays like that, I think, towards the end of games.
You know what I
A
want to
little bit
see
more
from
than
this
the
series?
Raptors.
Yeah, I agree. But you know what I want to see from this series is like get like a fight to break out, or not like fist fight, but like like
God
like
damn
some
it.
some Clippers Maverick shit to get them going, to get them heated, get them motivated. Like I want to see something like that.
Yeah, I
I
don't
wanna
like how
see-
everyone's friends.
Yeah, like people like I think the playoffs
No,
this year have been
yeah.
too like nice.
No.
Well, yeah, I think that's
I don't-
definitely due to the bubble environment. I mean, because
Yeah.
like even last year, there's always some scuffle. Like every game, like there's something going on.
There's got to be something.
So-
There's got to be. I mean,
Yeah.
I would
I
like
mean,
to
hey,
see the Celtics
the Clippers
like.
got really trippy though, even with the Nuggets. And Nuggets are like they're a very like polite team, I'll say.
Polite.
But the Lakers, the Nuggets, and then the Heat and the Celtics, I don't think there's going to be too many fights. I mean, the Celtics are also a very polite team, with the exception of Marcus Smart.
Smart doesn't really start fights like that.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's not afraid to.
Can we not expand on the Celtics not starting fights because I know exactly what he's gonna say and who's not gonna start a fight because he's not this. No, Max. No.
All right, so if we fly across the continent to the West Coast, let's move on, shall we?
I mean,
Well, I mean,
They're
they're
all
all in
playing in
Orlando. Yeah,
Orlando.
there ain't no flying, bro.
no, I know, but the fan
you're
base.
just moving.
is
You're just
still
moving a
moving.
building over.
All right, so you want to? All right, so Lakers,
From one
Nuggets,
hotel to the next hotel. Oh my bad, Lakers
Lakers.
Nuggets.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lakers, Nuggets, Western Conference Finals. Shocker. We've already went through this, but so let's just get into it. Do you guys want to talk first, or
I mean, you want to go first, or is it cool?
Yeah.
I'll hear what you
first.
guys have to say first, and then I'll go after you guys.
I think. I mean, do you want like what I expect out of the series? Really is a fight, just like the Nuggets have been putting up all series. I don't think the Lakers are going to be an exception. I do think they're going to win the series, but I don't think they're going to be an exception to like how the Nuggets have been fighting back. I think the Nuggets are going to take a couple games. I think the Lakers win in 6, but I don't see another 3-1 comeback happening. So I will say I think the Nuggets will definitely put up the biggest fight out of the 3 teams the Lakers will have faced, especially since against the Blazers and Rockets, they were actually very uncompetitive after the first game.
Lakers
To the
just
Lakers'
dominated their
credit.
opponent.
To the Lakers'
No,
credit.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Stepped up their
They
game.
the Blazers and Rockets just weren't good enough to compete. The Lakers were just far better than both of those teams. But I think
I
the
think with the
Nuggets-
Rockets especially, because the Rockets are a good team, but
they didn't perform
I'm just saying,
that way.
like-
I'm just saying.
no, of course. But I think yeah. I mean, it goes both ways. But anyway, sorry. Go on.
I didn't discredit the Lakers.
No,
I know,
I'm not
this guy's
saying you
always
are.
trying to find
No,
something.
no.
This guy, this
No,
Laker
I didn't
fans want.
discredit them at all.
That's not
These
what I'm
Okay.
Laker
saying.
fans
That's not what I'm
want
saying.
like
My point is-
they
my
want
point
to kiss
is-
their ass every day. God damn.
No, that's not what I. All right, whatever. Go
My
on.
point is that I think the Nuggets are going to put up a good fight. I don't think there'll be any blowouts this series. Like the Lakers just completely dominated like their wins against the Blazers and Rockets. I don't think it's going to be like that. But I don't expect it to go to 7. And even if it does go to 7, it's going to be hard to beat Braun in a game 7. So
Yeah.
I personally think Lakers in 6. And I think it's going to be a very competitive series. Maybe not as competitive as like Heat Celtics, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to show exactly how good the Nuggets were this year, or if they were just like, I don't know, they just pulled off a couple miracles the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with pretty
They
much most of what you said.
also don't have anyone to guard Jamal Murray.
The Lakers.
I mean,
Playoff
Come on,
Rondo.
man.
I mean, yeah, sure. Caruso and Rondo, they'll get their turns.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there
I
we
guess
go.
like people want to say like, oh yeah, Caruso guarded Westbrook. Like
You don't
fuck,
have like a
I
you
could
don't
have
have
guarded Westbrook.
the Lakers don't have like one like God, what's the word? They don't have like that one like clear defender like Avery Bradley. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean,
They don't have
a
that
few
one like
guys.
prominent defender. They have a few guys that can like rotate in and out, but they don't have like one
Right, and I'll give him.
guy.
I mean, think about it. You have playoff Rondo. You switch, it's Caruso. You switch, it's Danny Green, who are all very competent defenders.
Yeah.
So I feel okay about that.
I still think
But
Jamal
anyways.
Murray is going to play well, and I think Jokic is going to. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jokic struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
It might have to be like another first round type thing where Jokic isn't really good until like the last game. Not that he was bad, but he didn't play like nearly as well as he did in the Clippers series against the Jazz, who had, you know, an all NBA center, all NBA defensive center like the Lakers do. So I think if we're looking at the total like outcome of the series, I think you could see, you know, kind of repeat of the Jazz first round, except I think the Lakers are going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I also got Lakers in 6. I was leaning towards more Lakers in 5, but I feel like if I say 5, maybe I'm disrespecting Nuggets too much. Maybe not. At the end of the day, the Lakers, they have LeBron, and the Nuggets don't. And the Lakers have been the best team in the bubble, so I think that they will handle their business against the Nuggets. Just make sure you don't go down 3-1. If you want to win 3 games, just make sure you're up 3-0. And I think your Lakers will be fine, Max.
Yeah. I'm actually for some reason so much more comfortable like being 2-2 than 3-1.
That's literally how I felt too.
You can't go up 3-1. You might as well let the Nuggets win the first 2 games if you're going to be safe.
No, I don't think. Okay.
One thing Ethan did
2 of the first 4 games. 2 of the first 4 games.
I know you said, Ethan, there would be blowouts. I think game 1 will be a Lakers blowout just because, I mean, that's kind of how the Clippers series started. Nuggets coming off another 7-game series. I think they'll come out. Lakers will like punch them in the face real good in game 1. And then after that, it'll be a little bit more competitive.
Maybe.
I don't know because the Lakers both game 1s.
Lakers aren't good in game 1 though.
Yeah, because they take the rest that they get.
I could see the Nuggets. I could see the Nuggets easily
off.
taking. If anyone's gonna get blown out, I think it's the Lakers in game 1, just because that's just how they are in game 1.
Yeah. So the thing about matchups that I'm really looking forward to matchups. Obviously, LeBron is going to be 100% the X factor. It's not even like
close.
There's just, you know, it's different in the, you know, AD was the X factor against the Rockets, even though LeBron had a couple great games. But I mean, AD was the guy that had to dominate the Rockets. He had to really punish them for not having a 7-footer.
Yeah.
LeBron is going to be that guy this series because, I mean, he's just going to drive into – I mean, that's all he really needs to do. He needs to drive into the paint every time. And who's going to guard him? Jokic? Come on. Jokic has AD to worry about. And AD is going to cut back door every single time. AD is going to have a field day scoring on Jokic. And I think AD is going to do a very good job staying in front of Jokic on the defensive end as well.
I was gonna say it depends who the Lakers start. I mean, if they keep going with Keith, then yeah, Jokic will be in big trouble. But if Frankie V goes back to JaVale McGee, I think that they'll just try to hide Jokic on JaVale as much as possible and have Paul Millsap deal with AD, who I'm not saying is like
Maybe.
fucking like first team all defense, but I'm pretty sure he's better
He's
than Jokic.
competent. He's a
Yeah,
competent
he's
defender
competent.
for
So
sure.
I think they'll try to hide Jokic on JaVale, which I mean, Jokic doesn't have to do much to guard JaVale. Just try. But the way
Not to
LeBron
get
plays,
dunked
I mean,
on.
yeah, via alley oops, pretty much. So
Hmm.
I think they'll try to do that. Probably Grant's gonna pick up LeBron, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, Jamal Murray and Jokic are each going to get theirs. It is going to be tricky, though,
Mm-hmm.
because Gary Harris has been stepping up a lot. He's been hitting big shots for
Mm-hmm.
them.
He's also been a
So
very
you
solid
do,
defender for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
yeah. So you do have to worry about the rotations there. Lakers, their offense has to be clicking on all cylinders because Mike Malone is a
Mm-hmm.
very good coach, and he's going to expose every single weakness that you have, like he did with the Clippers. He's going to expose
Yeah.
every single weakness. But
He
the
worked Doc Rivers.
right, and I think where the Jazz were not so defensively talented, other than Gobert, and the Clippers couldn't get it going on offense. Well, and defense, when you consider the Trez on Jokic matchup, I think the Lakers can really bring it on both ends of the floor. And they're obviously going to be the toughest opponent for the Nuggets, but they're going to be the toughest just to even match up with. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I think the Lakers have a really good chance to win, but like I said, I'm very scared if they go if they're up 3-1. Lakers just have to do their thing and not let their foot off the gas.
Yeah, and just exactly like they can't let their foot off the gas against the Nuggets. I mean, goddamn, the Jazz and Clippers have like given the Nuggets so much confidence and
They
momentum.
learned the hard way.
So, yeah,
Yeah, and I'm really not tripping about this series because I mean, if the Lakers win, it's what's expected, and if they lose, I'm honestly not even going to be mad because it's like this is just a special team. Like if the Nuggets win against the Lakers,
They
this is just a
it's
special
just
team.
their year, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so it'll be a good series to watch. They're probably going to look for LeBron they're probably going to try to get the switch from Jeremy Grant to Michael Porter Jr. because Michael Porter Jr. struggles a lot on defense, and he's a rookie, so LeBron's going to have a field day with him. But I mean, I'm looking
I would
forward
hope
to
Mike
it.
Malone doesn't put MPJ on LeBron.
No one more
I mean,
motivated
that's
than
how they're
MPJ.
going to try to switch for that. So
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
it's going to be. I think it's going to be a very different series for the Nuggets than it was for It's going to be a completely different experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the Lakers are going to win, like I said. So I think they'll win in 6. I don't give game predictions, but 6 seems like the magic number for me.
Yeah,
Nice.
I agree.
All right.
I mean, yeah, there's not much.
I
When
don't
you
know,
really
man.
look at it, it's like it's
MPJ's
two
pretty
great.
motivated. You want that White House, is it?
Yeah. He's playing like he doesn't want to get vaccinated.
God damn.
They're forcing him to get
I saw
vaccinated if
this
he
meme. It
loses.
was like
MPJ playing like he doesn't want to be controlled by coronavirus.
Bro, I saw this tweet. It was like NBA players attacking Michael Porter Jr., COVID attacking Michael Porter Jr., and it's like the emoji handshake. God.
Oh God. All right. Now that we've gotten the jokes out,
But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I would make a Jamal
far as-
Murray joke, but I'm gonna censor it for the podcast.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
I'll just say one thing. After Game 7 against the Clippers, dropping 40 points, I would have loved to have been him that night, even after the game. That's all I'll say.
I literally said I wasn't gonna make a joke because I was trying to, have a filter on our podcast.
bro.
But it's cool.
Haven't heard that one before. God damn.
I said in the group chat last night.
Yeah, I know. That was it.
Okay.
From the
fuck it.
contested NBA podcast. Just to wrap it up, I mean, there's not really much to say right now about the Lakers Nuggets. I mean, they're two teams that are on the larger side.
For their
and
first
they're both,
games on Friday.
yeah, and they're matching up against each other, and they're not going to be like any of the matchups they've had prior. And it's going to be an entertaining series, to say the least. But I think
Agreed.
Celtics Heat, as far as entertainment value goes, is probably going to be like more of a nail biter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But anyway, so anything else you guys want to report on?
That's it for me. I think we got everything,
Cool.
detailed.
So from the Contested NBA podcast, I am Max Tepper.
I'm Ethan Cope.
That's Ethan Cope.
Alex Toma.
Alex Toma. Stay safe, guys. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Kiss your mother goodnight. Kiss the homies. Don't kiss the homies goodnight, actually. It's a good way of, Anyways.
Don't kiss the moms goodnight if you have COVID too. So just to make that clear.
Yeah. Wow, we really botched this ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was god awful.
All right. Anyways,
If you disagree,
I'm out.
If there's anything you disagree with us on, go ahead and contest it. We'll see you guys next time.
Maybe not.
Peace out.